And we have treated this. Okay. So today we'll talk about the new keyword, the new object. Now, this is another method, another way you can create an object. If you do not understand the reason why we need the data structure of objects, please go back to the past recordings. I've done um, a due diligence on that. Go back to the past recordings. If you remember literal, this is just literal. You assign the curly brace and you create your curly brace, then your property and value, key and value to a variable. And last class, I talked about reference variable pointing to an object somewhere in the memory. So in this case, now this is a reference variable pointing to this object, this object. This is the object. That is the object. So I can now have access to this object through the variable. And that is why I can do person dot first name. Remember to access, I'm not sure whether it's in. Let me find access. Yes, now to access, you use the dot operator. This is the dot operator. The person, then the dot, then the property. In this case, first name, last name, age, then is it employed? So I'm going back to the new object. For you to create an object, you create the variable person or whatever variable you want to give it. It all depends on the project. It depends on the app you are creating. So if you are developing an app for a company, there are many kinds of objects you will create. For example, you can create an employee object. You can create what's it called, portfolio object, and so on and so forth. Different. It all depends on the project you are on. But as an example, in this class, I created a variable called person, and I use the new object construct to make this variable point to an object in the memory. And then I can now start defining the properties I want. Let us go to the browser to demonstrate this. Let me just copy this to make it faster for me. So if I create, I can say, okay, this is an employee object anyway. I can say employee object. For me to check what is there, what is inside that employee variable, I can just say console.log employee. Hold on, please. So now let me just print this to the console and see what is inside this variable container. you can see it is an empty object. Joshua, how did I know that this is an object? What I just highlighted now, how did I know it's an object?
Because it's empty.
No. Let me repeat my question. How did I know that what I just highlighted is an object? How did I know?
Oh,
Ademola, how did I know? Ademola, how did I know?
Well, do you know where I'm confused on what the question is?
Okay. Can you see what I just highlighted on the right-hand side of the pane?
Yes.
Okay. And I said this is an object. Yes or
Yeah.
no? Okay. My question is, how did I know that it is an object?
Because on
Mm.
on line 1 where it says let employee or new object, it says object there. So that means you're making a new object.
Okay. If I understand your hypothesis very well, you are saying that because I wrote new object, am I right?
Yeah, and also because you made like a variable. So and then there's going to be an object.
Hmm. That is not enough reason. Okay. If I did not do this, clear your mind. You did not see what is on the left hand side, and you saw something like this. Will you be able to recognize it?
No, sir.
That is the point. Mary, why did I say this is an object?
sir?
Why did I say this is an object? What I just highlighted.
I can't see what you are pointing to.
On the right hand side, where you have this node, blah, 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 I'm highlighting just this. Can you see my cursor? I'm shaking my cursor.
Yes, sir.
Good. So this
Yeah.
thing I am highlighting, I called it an object. Why did I call it an object? Mhm. Because these are basic things that you should know at your fingertips. Why did I say it is an object?
Because of the brackets.
Say, put it properly. Because this also is a bracket. This also is a bracket. Yes or no? You have not qualified it. That's my point.
Yes, sir.
Aha. So why did I say this is an object? Okay, let me put it here. Let me on the left hand side now.
Okay, sir.
So what is this? Just the same thing on my right hand side. I just repeated it here. So what is this?
The number 4.
Number 7, line 7. Aha, exactly. Okay, what is line 4? Demola?
It's a square bracket.
Is a square bracket. So Anywhere you see a square bracket, what does it mean? What data structure is that?
Square brackets.
No, I'm not
Array,
asking
I
you.
think.
I did not ask you, Mary. I was talking to Ademola. Okay, because you know that
Sorry,
one.
sir.
Oh,
Because you know that
okay.
one, you quickly said it. This is an array. Just mere seeing a square a square bracket, it is an array. Because that is an array in JavaScript. This one is an object. If I see something like this, I will know that this is an array that has an object, another object, another object, another array inside it. Let me
So,
bring it out. I'm coming.
so
I'm coming. Just hold on, please. Let me just bring it out for you. Your question now.
on line one,
Line
well,
one.
yeah,
Okay.
the normal brackets, like
The
so
normal
square
bracket.
brackets array, and that one is object. So what does that one mean?
Okay, good. I'm coming to that. Let me finish this. So now, line 10 to 16, this is an array. And this array contains 3 objects, 1, 2, 3. And it also contains 2 arrays, 1, 2. This I just repeated, they are right in the past lessons. You can watch or listen to the recordings as many times as possible. Or there are many things, or maybe try to pay attention to details. Now, this line 1 is a function call. It's an operator. Let me see. Operator. We have treated operator in the past. Okay. Okay. There's no function here. Okay. I'm still working on this document. It's under function. But we have treated function before in the class. If I go back to the browser, where is that browser again? Yeah, this one. I'm going to delete all this. How do I create function, Ademola?
Think you do function,
Function.
then put a name, something.
A variable name. Let's say
Yeah.
sum. Let's say
Then
sum.
I think it's called curly brackets, or you,
No,
oh,
there's something
normal bracket.
before the curly brackets. Yeah, this is curly brackets.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Aha. But look at this. Can you see the normal bracket? This
Yeah.
is what you call brackets. This one, curly.
Oh, okay.
And that other one is square bracket, right?
Yeah.
So now I've created a function, but my function is without any logic. Let's say I want this function to add two numbers. Let me give it a parameter. All this is in the past recording anyway.
So,
Yes.
could the function include the name of a person inside in the brackets?
The name of a person.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on the project. Yes. The answer is yes. But it depends on the project. I can put Joshua here. I can put Ademola here. So undo. It's just a variable. So if I now want to, okay, hold on. If I want to call this function, remember, if you want to call the value in a variable, you call the variable. Yes or no?
Yes.
But this is not just an ordinary variable like the single variable, the variable that can hold a single data. This is a function. For you to call a function, you must put that bracket operator right in front. Now, okay, don't let me use return yet because that can be another issue now. Console.log. I'm going to print out. I'm telling that, okay, you function, your job is to add whatever value is inside these two variables, add them together and print it on the console. So if I put 2 and 3 there and I run it should print 5 for me. Because that is what I instructed it to do. But the question is, why should I call my parameters Joshua Ademola the name of a person? It doesn't make sense. It's not applicable to what I am doing here. I can say maybe number for the first number 1 or number 2. Just by seeing this variable name of I'm giving this parameter, I will know that yes, these are numbers. So I'm going to replace this back, the names with the right correctly, and you see it's still the same to give me 5. So look at this operator. It's a function called operator. The brackets. I'm not talking about the square bracket. Square bracket is an array. I'm not talking about the curly bracket. That is what? An object. When you see a variable, let J be assigned this. This is an object. If I say let B equal square bracket, this is now an array. So what is inside this B is an array. What is inside this J is an object. If I say let N be 6, what is inside this N is just a number. It's a single digit, a single item, single data, a number. If I say let S be light, this is a string. Why? How do I know it's a string, Joshua? How do I know it's a string?
Oh,
I've asked the question from you sometimes back. This same question, how did I know?
is
that
it
this
because it's in? I mean, what's it?
because of what?
From the comments.
The what?
The I forgot to say again. The quotes that are backing it up.
Ademola, how did I know it's a string? Why did I call it a string?
Because it has the I forgot what it's called, but like I think it's called core stuff or something. I don't know what it's called in JavaScript, but I think it's called.
No, it's English. Just say it in English. There's nothing JavaScript in this one. Just say it in
Um,
English. What do you call
I,
it in English?
I forgot what it was. I just
Is it called connotations or
Yeah,
God?
yeah, yeah,
I think that's what's called.
yes. Now,
Yeah, that's what I was
that is
talking.
that is the general. No, that is not it. You just said the general name, the general noun for it. This is a connotation. This also is a connotation. Likewise, this is also a connotation. But this is what? A double quote, a single quote.
Yes.
No,
Quotes.
yes, it's quotes. See, this is double quotes. Check your internet, double quotes. Double quotes symbol. Symbol. What is this? What is inside? What is this? Single quote.
Yeah, but
This
with
is English. Yeah, but what?
the brackets inside.
What bracket? You,
No.
you are referring to this one,
Yeah,
this other one, this one.
yeah, the one that
Is just to present it.
hmm.
This, as you call it, is just brackets. But what is inside is double quotes. This is just to present it. This is single quotes because it's single. It's single. It's just one. One here on the left hand side, one here on the right hand side. This one, two on the left hand side, and two. This is English. We are not even doing programming any longer. So these little things, pay attention, please. Just pay attention. Because as little as this is, it has meaning. Look at this 6. It's not in any form of quotes. And that is why I know it is a number. If I do this, if I do that, this 6 here is no longer a number. Why? Because it's inside a quote, a double quote. And that means this 6 is a string, not a number. Yeah, Demola, go ahead.
Uh,
I'm just
could
going
you
back
also
to
use
what.
a single quote to turn something to a string?
Of course, yes. I can do single quotes here. It's also a string. Single quote, 6, single, it's still a string. Okay, let me do something here. Oh God, I'm just going back to what I've treated long ago, and this is how we waste our time. What type? Type of n. Let me check n. I'm going to print this. type of n, this one is what? A number. Let me comment this one out. Don't call that. This is a number. That's a type. Well, let me do this x. X. Run. It's a string. This one. Let me do double quotes. Double quotes. It's a string. Backtick. Backtick. It's a string. So line 615 and line 17, they are different. Why? Just because this one, this 6 is within a quote. So what kind of quote? A backtick quote. Very little things which you did not, which you fail to observe in the past classes. Now it's giving us issue here now. And I know if you had gone through the recordings many times, you'll have captured this. And today we are wasting our precious time now, going back to what we have done right at the very beginning. Maybe the third class or so, if I'm not mistaken. It should be the third class. Let me see something here. Yeah, variable and data type. It's even maybe the second class or second or third class. Because that is the very thing after in introduction, explaining what we expect. Then the next is now to do the normal story. What is how they are related, how JavaScript is different from Java, blah blah blah. Those things. How you can link, integrating JavaScript to HTML. We treated this the very first class. The very first class of JavaScript. Variables. We treated all this. Right? Please go back to the recordings so that we won't waste our precious time talking, going round and round the same topic every time. Please. Already we have almost spent 1 hour. We have the main topic we want to discuss today. We haven't even talked about it. Is there any question on this data type now? Any question? Is there any question? Silence again.
No.
Okay. So you can recognize these symbols anyway now. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So back to the topic of today. So I said let person new object. And I said I want to see what is inside that variable. Oh, okay. Capital O. So it's an object. But what kind of object? It's an empty object. So I can now decide to now start to add the properties, the features of that object. This person as a person has what? A first name, for example. So I can say first name. What's the first name of this person? Maybe Joshua in string because it's a string. This person can have a last or middle name. Let's call it, let's say middle name. Let's say George. The same person can have what? A last name. Last name. Say Clinton. This person can have a complexion. Complexion. I hope I'm getting the spelling right. Anyway, it's just complexion. Say brown. There's no one black anyway. We are brown in color. And the other ones that call themselves white, they are pink in color. There's no white and black. So this person, of course, we have a date of birth. Let's say 01/02/2022. Why am I even leaving space in between them? So this person can have what other property of a person can have an address, house address. Let's say 3 is an address, so string 3.
Sorry.
Yes, I'm listening.
Not you, sir.
Okay, not me. Okay, so this person can have an address, say 3 Woolwich. Woolwich Road. Will be southeast 2. And just the southeast 2D, something like that. Just for example, just postcode. And this person, what other properties? Phone number, phone, yes, phone number. Maybe +44, blah, 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 blah. Then this person can have email. Maybe, let's say, josh@gmail.com. gmail.com. So this person can have a function. What is function? Behavior. Talk. The person can talk. So I can just give it a function. We are still going to talk more about function later in details. I should have treated function before this anyway. So console.log talking. This person can also run. Run. Running. Let me stop here. Because if you go on and on, you will see that there are so many things, properties and methods. Methods, behavior. That's behavior. A person can have. A person can have skill. What kind of skill? Okay, this guy is very good with electricals. This person is very good with air conditioning system and so on and so forth. Now, if I print person again, this one, let's see what is now inside. You can see everything that we have defined about this person. So now I can see that this is what a person called Joshua Clinton. And Joshua Clinton is brown in complexion. His date of birth is this. He lives at 3 Woolwich Road. His number is this. His email is that. And it has behavior. But you can see here, I cannot see this behavior because it's a function. So how do I access now? If I want to print out, okay, let me start with a function. If I want to see what the person can do, it says that this person can talk. Okay, let me print it out. If I want to call this function, I will use a function called operator. If I do this, okay, let me see print out the person here. If I run it, you can now see talking. I now have access to this behavior. Why? Because I called that method. Remember, a method is a function that belongs to an object. So because this is a function belonging to this object called Joshua George Clinton, this function is now a method. That is why we call it a method. And you use the dot operator to access any of the properties. If I want to access this first name, I will do dot person dot first name. If I run it, you will see, oh, there is a typo somewhere. First name. Okay, I didn't put the bracket. So Joshua, first name, which is this. So this dot is also an operator. This bracket is an operator. So that brings me to this console.log. It shows that console is an object on its own, and it has a function called log. I repeat, line 15 shows that this console is an object also, and it has a function called log. I've never tried this before. Let me try it now. Let me see if I can even print what is inside console. Let me print that console itself. Console. Let's see. Let me put a demarcation here just to demarcate, separate it from others. Now, look at console here. You can see it is an object. And look at all the properties. All the properties belonging to this console object. Look at the log. This log we have been using, you can see is a function. There is another method. One, it's a function. Everything here is function. I'm not even seeing any other what's it called, property apart from function. So all this is what? Methods. Is there any question?
No, sir.
No question. Feromi, is
I
there any
have a
question?
question, sir.
Okay, Mary, go on, please.
In this type of objects,
Mm-hmm.
there is no curly braces here.
Which one? This
Yes,
console?
sir. Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you.
I mean, when we
Hello?
create the
You are breaking now.
hello,
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, after we've created the object,
Okay.
there's no any curly braces. Like you
Okay.
said, we can recognize with the object with curly braces.
What is this?
Huh?
Can you see what I just highlighted on the right hand side?
Side,
Yes, this one and
yeah,
this one. What is that? Is that curly braces?
is it?
Aha.
It is, sorry.
It is, exactly. So this is an object. And this is what we just created by using this new object construct. Now look at the console. What is this? What is it? Tell me, say it out. What is it? What kind of bracket is that?
Yes, okay. Number one, right? On the first line.
No, not the first line. On the right hand side. Can you see this? The separator. Can you see this? This equal symbols. I type in it. Can you see this?
I'm coming, sir. I can't.
Is my screen not visible?
Oh,
Mary, can you see what I'm highlighting?
yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now look at this one. This one and this one here. What is that?
So,
Hmm?
hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. So what I just highlighted now, what is it? What kind of bracket is that?
Curly brace,
Curly
curly
braces. Yes.
braces.
Yes. So and what's that? Is it object or not? Hmm?
Okay.
So is it clear now? Have I answered your
Yes, sir.
question? Okay, good. Is there any other question? Is there any
No,
other
sir.
question? No other question. Okay. Now, when in real world projects, you will hardly see this 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 method of creating objects. The reason is very simple. Who will be creating this manually? Nobody, except you want to write a special, or let me say, a complex program that should be doing this one after the other. No, nobody has time for this, and that's the reason why we have the factory function or the constructor function. Very soon we'll talk about classes. these days, the classes is the modern way of doing things. Well, I'm going to stop here tonight because our time is fast spent. So, is there any question before I call it a day? No question. Okay. So now, so the last assignment, you create an object again using this new object. So that makes it, let me clear the screen. So the first, create object using the literal. Two, using the factory function. Three, using the constructor function. Constructor function. Now use the new object. So after creating the Mary has done this three, then you just add this one, then try to access the properties, the properties and print them. Is there any question on the assignment? Is there any question on the assignment? Silence means no question.
No, sir.
All right, thank you. So you can enjoy the rest of your night.
And you too, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.